So, hello. So, ready for the last round for today. Thank you for participating until these late hours. And with no further ado, please welcome Jesus Zozaya on stage for his presentation for Voltera. Thank you.
Hello? Can you guys hear me okay? I got a thumbs up, 2 thumbs up, 2 out of 100. Great. All right. My name is Jesus Zozaya. I am the CEO and co-founder of Voltera. And I don't know about you, but today has been fantastic so far. It's been fantastic catching up with a lot of familiar faces, and it's been fantastic getting to know some new ones. It's also been fantastic to see so many new companies here. I was chatting with Christoph yesterday. He said that we are up 50%. Is that right, Christoph? Is he nodding somewhere? He left. Great. Yeah, we're up 50% compared to last year, so that's really good that the event is growing. And anyhow, enough stalling. I'm going to make this quick, I promise. There's just 2 more presentations before beer time. I'm here to talk about how Voltera is breaking down the barriers to entry in the printed electronics industry. Today, it has become crystal clear that the electronics of today, that the electronics are evolving from that traditional green PCB that lives inside a box into electronics that can now flex, stretch, and conform. And we've seen many examples of devices that promise to be lighter, cheaper, and more environmentally friendly. But hang on, this room is filled with experts, right? You folks already know all of that. Humor me. Imagine that you're not an expert. And instead, you're an electrical engineer, maybe a new grad, that has only ever had experience with copper on FR4. Your boss just asked you to come over and create an FHE device from scratch. Where would you even start? I mean, what conductive paste would you use in a glucose sensor to make sure it's safe when it's in direct contact with your skin? And which substrate should you use if you want the product to survive 1,000 cycles in a washing machine? And how do you simulate the electrical performance of a circuit that's been thermoformed into a 3-dimensional shape like origami? And this might be a silly question, but if you're used to soldering to copper, how do you solder components to PET without, melting the PET? You get the point. The potential for printed electronics is huge, but navigating the landscape of options can be intimidating. We want to make it easier for academics, researchers, and product developers to iterate their designs, prototype their ideas, and scale them to production. So, enter Voltera. The V1 was our first product that launched in 2015. It is a desktop tool that enables PCBs to be prototyped on your desk, reducing development costs and making electronics more accessible. It drills holes, dispenses conductive ink and solder paste, and it even reflows components into place. A great tool for single and double-sided boards on FR4. We have shipped thousands of V1s all over the world, in approximately 80 countries. And this map actually shows all the shipping destinations over the past 3 years. I think it's great at visualizing how widespread additive electronics is becoming and how much Voltera is helping drive this change. All the dots in the map can be categorized into 3 distinct types of users. Users that represent the future of electronics. First, we have the educators. These are the high school teachers and instructors that want to give their students some hands-on experience designing and building circuits. In this picture is a high school in Korea that has been outfitted with a V1 for every student. That means that their very first experience with electronics is additive, and for them, it's going to be normal. In a few years, they're going to be entering the workforce, and additive electronics is just another tool in their toolbox. Then, we have the engineers. These are the product development companies that have used the V1 to build prototypes in hours instead of weeks. In this example, it's a company called Octify, which is a startup in Toronto that used the V1 to prototype a set of smart glasses that promised to boost productivity. And after many and many iterations, they ended up launching during the pandemic, their very first product.